welcome to the show. Fire will burn you by Osibisa. Incidentally, that is the title of the show. Another beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. So, Mansa, Musa, I am seated here at the Captain's Bridge, and we are going to do the do. Once again, I'll say welcome to the show. It's now 8:14 or 8:15, thereabout. And let the show continue. Let the show go on. Let the show go on. Now, Baumia says, as a vice president, he has, brought Ghana card agenda 111, good for oil and others. So I suppose these are the good things, yeah. If he has brought it in, obviously, as a slogan, as something to say for people to be happy, well, he brought it. So what about the not so good things? What about the bad things? Who brought those ones? Who brought those ones? I want to know. Baumia Chess or no, the good, no, or no, they did buy. Now, the idea good were buying no economy, Nakasankasa near the idea, no, anyway, we will continue, but let me continue to do some social media stuff, sharing of messages and links and the rest. So let's go for another musical interlude. Then we'll be back and we will continue.
Sydney Discotheque, verano del 79. Con la mejor música del mundo, del mundo, del mundo, del mundo, del mundo, del mundo, del mundo.
Oye, oye, oye.
So I'll say anima kuliwa anyway. Also be say damu say. Now, yes, the latest information I'm reading on Ghana Web, according to Vice President Baumia, he said he has brought a lot of good things. He said, I am Vice President, but I have brought Ghana card, Agenda 111, gold for oil, 1C, 1A, that's one constituency, one ambulance, and others. So, so Baumia say, as a Vice President, that's in your manner, but the consensus around the globe in Ghana and everywhere, they say, mostly with the economy. Now, Uncle Baumia no, the economic whiskies, no. Still, I mean, teacher or economy, no, or maybe I'm being too hard and too harsh on him. What do you think? What do you make of Baumia's statement that he has brought the Ghana card, the is it one constituency, one ambulance, and the agenda 111. So now it looks as if Akufo-Addo has relegated himself to the back seat, and he has accepted that Akufo-Addo brought all the bad things, but Bawumia brought the good things. And yes, I mean, are we going to say that is the case? That's the case, or it isn't? Hey, I do. Well, because they are punching soon, was it? Well, let's just say. Okay, thank you very much. So, okay. So, together with other news bulletins and news items, don't forget that this week, Saturday, and MPP for Kotuaba or more primaries. Now, a flag bearer, just say, the woman say, everything has hottened up, and I ain't gonna say, just say, Bibia, she, Bibia, and just say, Binimusi, we are Kojiska, and now we are promising. I mean, the whole conversation is about how monies are being shared. You see, today, as we speak, we have people. Okay, thank you. We have people who come out to publicly claim or publicly say to us Ghanaians that they've been giving monies, and if you think about it, collecting bribe or giving bribe is a crime, then actually buying vote is also, I think, a separate crime. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you consider all the circumstances, why is it that now people are brazenly coming out to say, I have received money or I've been given money, to influence my decision, my vote, and the rest? I didn't say a banisa. 0208-123-5911, and I say 07876251261. Later on, many NPP for speakers in the Omo. Communicators no ba kombedin komo. Until then, no, yen ko tie woman yi sun kakra say Cecilia Dapa, yen ko tie.
Cecilia Dapa. Well done. Well done. I thought you were a woman and a mother who had compassion. They said, give a position to a woman and she'll do far better than a man. But these days, what do we see? It's sad. It's disheartening. Year in, year out, flood affects people in Accra. The Odo River gets flooded. Lives are destroyed. Properties are destroyed. You said you used $43 million to clean the Odo River. Have you seen what $43 million could do in Dubai, or in Europe, or in America? Shame unto you. It's so sad. It's so disheartening. We live in this country. People cannot even afford 1 meal a day. And some people out there who have very little are trying everything possible to reach out to those who don't have any. But you, the politicians, all you think about is grabbing. You have only one child, I was told. You have only one child and you are grabbing all those properties for only one child. How about those kids in our front plains, those kids at the north, those kids in the Volta region somewhere, those kids in remote villages in Ashanti region, in Central region, in every part of Ghana. Look, there was a kid I met in Sogakope. They are so poor that there are 3 siblings. Every morning, their meal is yesterday banku with raw pepper, no tomatoes, just pepper and salt, with no fish. The day I asked my mother to give them soup, it was like, you are bringing kids from the war zone who haven't eaten for a year. When they saw soup in a plate that day, oh, politicians are wicked in this country. You people cannot even afford to go to hospitals. I have a little charity. My colleagues from work and my friends, they help me with their little income, and we reach out to people in the remote parts of the Volta region. They have nothing, absolutely nothing to eat. You guys are just there amassing Ghana's wealth, misusing donors' funds. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? And today's Sunday, July 23rd, 2023, I believe most of you are in your churches praising God, thanking God for bringing Ghana down. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? It's so disheartening what you people are doing to Ghana. It's so sickening what you people are doing to Ghana. I go to the villages and I see kids who do not have anything to do, who do not have anything to eat. There are people who are sick. They can't go to hospitals. Even they go to the hospitals, they give them paracetamol. This national health insurance, you buy a loaf of bread in Kuala, you pay national health insurance. Yet, donors are putting money into this national health insurance, but you guys are just looting the money, and people go to hospitals.
Anyway, you are listening to Mansa Musa. It's now 8:27 here in the UK, and I got to say it is the same time in Ghana, and the show is called Fire Will Burn You.
NFM Radio. NFM Radio.
So yeah, Bawumia, the vice president, says he has brought something like gold for oil. According to Bawumia, I don't know. He thinks it's, it is something that is good. When you go and exchange your gold for oil, he thinks it's good. Because you can't structure your economy properly to get more goods produced at home. So what happens then is that almost everything is imported. When that happens, it means you are going to need more dollars. And when that happens, it means your money, the cedi, is going to lie flat, while the dollar will be trampling on your cedi all along. So as an economic whiskey, and after 7 years, one would have thought that Bawumia would have, devised some very stringent economic, measures or economic sort of dynamics to build the economy, make it a solid one, to stay or stand on its feet, for the economy not to just be reliance on importation. So Bawumia being the head of the economic what unit? What do you call it? The economic something. And he called out some names, big names. You see, NPP and their slogans. They think even their names are so, when you call somebody's name, it's so powerful that it's already good for the economy. Jesus Christ. So Bawumia is saying that he has brought is it one constituency, one ambulance, agenda 111, gold for oil, and Ghana card. The agenda 111, it means they are building hospitals. According to stories, these hospitals, some of them have started, but they are not really the regional big hospitals that are required, even though they are building some. And according to Bawumia, he has brought it. None of the people in the cabinet knew about all this. It was Bawumia, and we have not been told that till this time. Because from since these slogans started appearing and emerging, we've been told that everything is Nana Akufo-Addo. Now Bawumia said he brought the agenda 111, and who are we to actually dispute or to challenge? Bawumia again says the gold for oil. You see, when you have gold and you are selling it cheap for oil, because you cannot manage your economy in order to strengthen your local currency. So you, instead of looking for dollars to go and buy oil, rather you go and exchange your gold cheaply for oil. You see, politics is as it is, of course. Things that are said are not supposed to be, Bawumia is not addressing or commenting or, propagating this information to somebody like Mansa Musa. I know. He is saying this to average Ghanaians. And average, I mean average. Average Ghanaians. But if he only, if he just stopped for a moment and thought about the fact that, look, everybody in Ghana is not average. We have people with deep thoughts, people who have the mental capacity to decipher between, the paper thin, hollow promises or hollow sloganism or sloganeering and the real, actual, tangible facts. Bawumia thinks that everyone, the moment the slogans are flowing, that's all. That's why, NPP and some Bawumia supporters, they are always asking something, say, for Mahama, what is he going to bring? Anyway, I blame the NDC too. Because if NDC had come out to say that one trunk road, one dual carriage, people will understand it more than to say, the big push, you are going to build roads. You see, people who understand policy will understand big push means you are going to do a lot of infrastructure. But the sloganeering, that, which the MPP have come to, they have come to know that, sloganeering, it helps. It helps to explain your points to the average Ghanaian, even though most of the times it won't happen. or if it will happen, the price will be shooting. No. If I call Bawumia to ask how much is the Agenda 111 or the Ghana card, how much has been spent, or even gold for oil, how much has been spent, Bawumia I'm sure will ask me, Mansa Musa, I'm sure you will tell me, go and ask your mother. No, I know he will say that, but that is the street talk, when we were kids. When you tell some fibs, you tell something to a friend or something, and you are found out your friends and say, hey, now who got you? That means you are telling the lie and you cannot defend yourself, so you have to use Takashi. I'm telling you for free that I wish one day when Bawumia comes to Europe, come to the UK, I wish I can extend a hand, warm hand of friendship, and sit him in my either radio or the TV studio. Then we will go into matters. Because if Bawumia is saying he brought the Ghana card as an economist, economic guru, this Ghana card and the red Ghana card should have been for the communication, the Ministry for Communication or something. Yeah, the Ministry for Communication and they should be spearheading this. It's a government policy. So if Bawumia say he has brought it, Ghana card is ID card. And for what it's worth, if you made an ID card in 1970s, surely today that, with the help of, what do we call it, modern technology, the artificial intelligence and the rest, the computer, with all these possibilities, then you can do a card like Ghana card. Obviously, we can decide that our passport is electronic. Somebody can say, oh, let's make an electronic passport as well. It can be possible. But the only problem with the electronic passport is that it should be synchronized with every other country's system, so that the electronic board will be everywhere. So when you go from Heathrow to Charlie de Gaulle or to Washington, wherever you're going, when you get there, you use a Ghana card or electronic passport, then it's readable and everything. So having Ghana card, which is fine, and Bawumia thinking that, okay, that means he has run the country properly. Bawumia is a disgrace. Bawumia, I'm still waiting, when I'm going to hear him say, look, I formulated a different way of approaching our economy. And I was denied, that suggestion was rejected at the cabinet level. I'm waiting for when he's going to tell us that. Anchor Bawumia. Is that a new patriotic party flag bearer hopeful? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has touted his contribution to the Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo government despite being just a vice president. That's what he says. Speaking to the MPP delegates in the Upper East region on October 30th, 2023, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia indicated where is it? Speaking to NPP delegates in the Upper East region on October 30, 2020, Dr. Bawumia indicated that despite being the vice president whose role is mainly to assist the president, he is the brain behind some of the major policies of the government. So Akuto say and the rest in the government, they didn't have any input about what Bawumia is. Bawumia just no. Just or a vice president or board president in the now so new market kesi bi or na adwene ho de buy. Me sure say Akufo-Addo be all the positives be ma Bawumia na onu Akufo-Addo afa negatives because on sorry go for no coffee. Now they are desperate, knowing that if someone we need the coming elections are the consequence of it. Akufo-Addo and his family people, they are aware. They are aware. They know that if power changes, so the desperation, making sure at all costs, by all means, that they have to stay in power. No surprise that you say here recently, what's her name? The EC came out with some suggestion. First, they said they were going to, get some more create some more constituencies. A little bit of uproar, and now they've changed the tune. Oh, it's only one. It's only the one that those people who for 8 years have not had any representation in parliament, we are going to give them a constitution. The whole thing, they are desperate. Why are desperate? Desperate. Let me quickly put in this. Let me change the battery in my system. Then we'll come and continue.
Sydney Discotheque, verano del 79, con la mejor música del mundo, del mundo, del mundo,
what?
Del mundo, del mundo, del mundo.
Oye, oye,
NFM Radio.
Anoma koliwa, anoma koliwa. Anoma koliwa, anoma koliwa. Anoma koliwa, anoma koliwa. Anoma koliwa, anoma koliwa. spirit of the young is calling.
Right, Sibisa, thank you very much for your Anima Koliwa music. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Right, so we are talking about Mr. Bawumia, who has been lying to Ghanaians. Because you, Bawumia, you have stayed with the same government, same group of people for nearly 8 years. This is the 7th year, right? And you, Bawumia, went on the stage, on a platform to praise the group of people handling the economy, including yourself. So, as a party, one would have thought that, okay, the thing is, we swim together, or we sing together. If the party has performed properly, then everyone, you have to sing the tune of the party. But the whole party have sunk. They have done abysmally. I mean, they've performed abysmally. They've mismanaged everything. And today, all what you hear from Bawumia is that he said, I am not the president, but I have brought some good stuff. So now, NDC, MPP formed by own person, which I say Bibi cry a person a market. So, as for this one, it is a positive. It just say Bawumia na de buy. Can Edward, Obi or Canada, on friend of mine, and one me support on his side or one. Because I did way before crowd. The one thing we thought when we were recruiting, when you go to join, you are trained to be, to bond, to try to adhere to the comradeship. I mean, togetherness. Of course, if someone is going to do something silly, like planning to overthrow the government, then you cannot, say because we don't know enough for that one. You can raise your hand and say, me I know the inside. But one thing we thought is that even sometimes when somebody, some of the bad ones amongst the recruits, against the rules of training grounds, you don't have to go anywhere. But some will, Afienya and Asichari, those areas. Some will run to the bush to go some villages. Some will go and look for girls or look for good food. Some of my northern friends, they will go and get somebody's dog and butcher and bring it and come and cook and we all chop. You see what I mean? It's a munakwa. You see, so somebody will go and do something silly. Or one of the officers might see some of the recruits somewhere. Then whenever, somebody, someone will do something silly like that, they will fall all of us in. They will line us up, the beatings, the punishment, the rolling on the ground, the parade ground with the gravels. You roll on it in the night, in the day, in the afternoon. They will punish everybody together because they know that if they say who left the camp, without permission, who left the camp to go to somewhere, that sort of thing. And nobody is going to betray a colleague that, they come to you, recruit Mansa Musa, were you here last night at 7 to 9 p.m.? Yes, sir. Then the recruiter said, so they will ask everybody in the end, front support down. Then you all kneel down with chumochiki, that is the taekwondo, the fist. You are going to do the push-ups with a fist. So the gravels will be cutting your knuckles, bare knuckles. And these push-ups, when it's punishment, it's not 10, it's not 15, 100, 200. You do push-ups, you collapse, and even in your sweat, you can sleep. So they will give us a punishment when we finish and we go to our rooms. then we'll go and be blaming each other. You people, you should stop that. Or you go and chop your woman, then they come suffer. So we build a camaraderie, togetherness. So Bawumia has been with this government for 7 years. Now he said he has become this guy. What a cheap antics, cheap tactics, cheap behavior. Huh? When you've all been in this government, now Ghanaians are going around and blaming the government, the NPP government. So Bawumia or Patre say, oh, the amo candidate no krese because me the nyoma papa biaba. Enti wanu mo na amfa nyoma papa ni biamba. Huh? Somebody like Japan, you amfa biamba board. A free yakuto amfa biamba board. Omo ama mi refi for mu din kra. Bawumia says he brought Agenda 111, one hospital, one ambulance, one constituency, and all that. But as for the huge debt now, inflation, it went past 50%, not long ago, inflation. Debt to GDP, and the kika kahunyina basa no. Bawumia want Ghanaians to blame who alone. I mean, why can't you blame for the economic failure? Bawumia sounds so corny, so cheap. Obi a woni ne kodin semona na say mukoye movement bi ba na ono abeyi ama o me papa ono na ye bone no. Bawumia is cheap. And for me, I'm saying mo MPP executives na e say minim se mo wa Accra no ase Kumasi na de ade na ja. Mo representing UK. Mo kwakobua ema ye di musuo abetu Ghana so because in the end, you people are going to endorse somebody, knowing very well that these people are going to continue with this mediocrity, haphazard, basa, obinyonko sem governance. You say I lie, you can call me. My telephone number is there. 0208 123 5911. 0208 123 5911. I say 07876 251 261. 07876 251 261. But now NPP ni be joining me. Na enra na me try na Mr. Set person ko beba me yedi nkomo. But no now so I very busy. Vat na I'm a friend also on highway be super America highway so there. Na them. Because of that, we couldn't talk. But tonight I'm trying to see if I can get him because what we know is that the Ekufuado government has squandered or misappropriated or misused or misapplied the few buffers, the few financial or economic buffers that were left by the NDC, the ESLA and what do you call the others, either to build school or to build homes or anything. According to observers, these buffers, if they had not been misused, they could use it. Will have come in handy now that we have an emergency at the Volta River, flooding and those things. That would have come in handy. It would have helped. But basa. So I wanted Mr. Tekpe to come and explain certain points on that front. Now another story, so I'm shaking me. Hey, Mr. Kennedy Japan. See, I will not respond to Samira Bawumia. Kene Japan say he's not going to respond to Samira because recently in Chebiana Samira Koka said Kene Japan referred to say no they were main we did their main to him funny ho. And Japan's own no kra he will not respond because the reason here and this is the bombshell. He said I wouldn't respond to Samira Baumia. Her marriage will collapse. I mean, kind of say, should I respond to Samira Baumia? Her marriage will collapse. Hey, so we knew. Ain't he? Can I Japan say on responding no say na waka o. Ain't he? Sana waka no susuno. Na say and some word to say that you are not going to respond because if you respond somebody's marriage will collapse. It's a big statement, isn't it? Me here say me sabeka because me tears I me stress I didn't just laugh but it was dangerous. You understand? To say that if you respond to Samira Baumia's argument or his allegation, then her marriage will collapse. That means Samira Baumia's marriage. So what is there? What is it that Canada Japan knows? So much so that if or when he mentions those things, then Baumia's Samira's marriage would collapse, as he says. What is it? Who? Anything Baumia or no Casabeka so, or no, didn't your man, papa be a buy. Into a honor, and I come here. And one of me, Mr. Your friend is saying, can I Japan? Nanka will be returning in kind as someone about Miano Aka. Okay. Right. So, yeah, that is what it is. You are listening to one and the only Mansa Musa, and the program is called Fire Will Burn You.
Committing to that project.
I don't have the figure of funds.
The figure for your headquarters?
I don't have a figure off my head, sir. That's what I'm saying.
$250 million. Are you committing $250 million to that project?
I don't have the full complement of the figures.
Mr. Randolph, you are the Director of Finance of the Bank of Ghana. This is a major project that will shake the balance book of every organization. You should have that figure of head. How much are you committing to your head office building? We know it is $250 million. Can you confirm that? The Bank of Ghana committing to that project?
I don't have the figure of funds.
The figure for your headquarters?
I don't have a figure off my head, sir. That's what I'm saying.
$250 million. Are you committing $250 million to that project?
I don't have the full complement of the figures.
Mr. Randolph, you are the Director of Finance of the Bank of Ghana. This is a major project that will shake the balance book of every organization. You should have that figure of head. How much are you committing to your head office building? We know it is $250 million. Can you confirm that?
Afen na wo sere. Afen ye. Wo sere. You see, we can see they laugh. Oh dear. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, thank you very much. So exactly, it is exactly 9 p.m. here in the UK, and I am very pleased to say it is 9 p.m. in Ghana as well, the same time. And so I have to welcome Mr. Abdul Razak. Good evening, Abdul Razak. Hello, Mr. Razak. What do you mean, can you hear me? I think, I wonder if, okay, I don't know if you can hear me. I can't see your face. So if you can see my face, I'm trying to welcome you onto the stage. According to Baumia, Alaji Baumia, the good stuff, good things as he can mention, those things, according to him, he brought it. And so my question is, if he, Baumia, brought about all those good things, what about those things that are not so good? Who brought them? If you want to come and respond, my telephone numbers are 028-123-5911 or 07876-251-261. Those of you on the radio, sometimes you must also come and talk. You hide behind. Anyway, I know that most of you is that you are in a car. If you are in a car, then of course you are listening through your Bluetooth and rest. Maybe you don't want to call. I understand. Anyway, so another issue which came across yesterday and today is that, you know, the Volta Dam spillage blunder or the debacle or the problem. I've seen that Alban Babin, the Speaker of Parliament, has instituted or he has directed that the whole thing be investigated by Parliament, a probe. That they should, Parliament will have to sit, you know, organize a roundtable talk to discuss what happened, you know, what has brought about this, you know, so much inconvenience to so many people. On the surface of it, in the face of the, I mean, and naturally, I should say, this is very good. I mean, that is what perhaps most of us are yearning for. Most of us are asking, calling that there should be investigation. If I Mansa, I'm on record saying that a criminal investigation has to be instituted, should be brought about. Some people are even criticized that. What do you mean by criminal? They say it doesn't need a criminal. But I think it should be a criminal investigation, serious one. So if the Speaker, Mr. Babin, says that, okay, Parliament should look into this matter, obviously it won't be a bad idea. But there is a catch. There is a problem. You see, ever since I started becoming politically savvy, and that was, I think, immediately after the overthrow of Nkrumah, because I was a wee kid, I think class 1 or what thereabout, or even not started class 1. And because my dad was one of his bodyguards, the overthrow came to the house. It came to our house. And we started to know about what my dad did when he goes to work as a soldier, not knowing he was guarding the president. We didn't even know. I think the only thing that made me aware is that certain provision like tinapa and sardine and those kind of, you know, milk, condensed milk, ideal milk, and those kind of things. Immediately after his overthrow, I can sense that the rationing program started in our house. There wasn't much of plenty of these provisions anymore. Oh, I think what happened is that my mom started hiding those things because they became afraid that in case someone came to visit our home and they found out being in Nkrumah bodyguard, you have so many of provisions in your side. Is it the safe? You see the sideboard or something, in the sitting room, a big sideboard with a glass in front, and you display so many things there. So, immediately the effect of Nkrumah's overthrow as a kid, I felt that the milk and the honey wasn't flowing as it used to be previously. So, like I said, when I started becoming politically savvy, I've grown to know certain things. Let me go to the telephone and speak to a gentleman who has called in to come and talk to me. It's only fair, it's only nice that I speak to anyone who wants to talk to me. 58888. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mansa.
Hey, Mr. Gabo.
Hey, Mansa, how are you?
Mr. Gabo, I am fine. I am fine.
Some people hack into my WhatsApp for the past almost 2 weeks. I've not been able to go to WhatsApp. It just been able.
Some people ventured into your WhatsApp, eh?
Yeah.
Which phone are you using?
Mine is a Samsung 843. Samsung, yeah.
So Android, right?
Samsung, yeah.
And since when have you had it?
In fact, the other contract expired, so I just got a new one. I got a new one yesterday.
Okay, so the new one has not been tampered with, right?
No, there was no. I just my daughter just fixed it for me.
Okay.
I've tried several times to fix it. I couldn't do it.
The reason I'm asking this is that the new type of the phone, the gadgets, a bit expensive. But honestly speaking, if you steal my gadget now, for the few maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour, I won't be happy. I'll start crying. But after that, if I am able to call my provider, the network provider, and tell them that someone has snatched the phone or is missing, they will cancel so many things that the phone becomes useless, and it has got a tracker. So even if you put it in your stomach, they can track it. You see, so that's what I'm just asking about this, because these days, those people who have determined, they are now determined. Somebody was so desperate, he sent me a message that he works at the Accra Lottery, the National Lottery, and that there are some numbers. If I send about, let's say, 100 or 200 or 150 pounds, then we will stake those numbers and we are going to be in the millions. Then we can share. You see, when he said that, I just laughed and laughed. I just entertained myself. I said, oh, this, and he's a woman. I don't know whether it's a woman. Sometimes they bring the face of a woman. Maybe it's just a man. I said, oh, this guy is so desperate. You see, people are desperate. They are hungry. They are desperate. So you lose guts more. They will disrupt your life. But thank God you have been able to fix it, and now you are okay to come and speak to Mansa Musa. So this evening, what has brought you here?
I just saw your message talking about the fact that our dear Vice President Dr. Baumia says he has achieved this, that. What about the negative things? What about negative things about the economy? So we should come and talk about it. Is that the message? That's what I read.
Exactly. I mean, for me, it sounds so cheap. It sounds so cheap that I, as a vice, in a government that has lasted 7 years, you are all doing everything together, and he's supposed to be the economic guru. So for him to say that those things he's mentioning and they are good things, he brought it. What about the bad things then? Maybe he has a defense. If he has, take it away. I'm listening.
Let me, before I start, let me greet our fellow Ghanaians and everyone who's listening to us, to this program. We're doing a marvelous job educating Ghanaians about developments in Ghana, bringing perspectives to people's home, and we're doing a great job. Great job. It's really good. You're doing a great job. The only problem I have is sometimes if your style, but that is your style anyway. Let me ask you this, Mansa, can you tell me? Can you mention the name of the deputy prime minister in this country for me, please?
Sorry, the name of the deputy prime minister. You know, here they don't do deputy prime ministers. You know that, don't you?
Oh, but we have deputy prime minister, don't we?
So who is the deputy? I don't know the deputy prime minister. Who is it?
Okay, that's fine.
No, I know that here they don't do deputy prime minister as such.
Okay,
someone who takes over, like Dominic Raab. He took over from Boris Johnson when he wasn't around. I think there's someone else. They have a certain position, but they don't have official title as deputy prime minister. So if you think they have, tell us.
Okay. Can you tell me the vice president of Nigeria, please? Can you mention that?
Vice president of where? Nigeria?
Yeah.
At the moment, I even know just one single name known as Tinubu. I only know Tinubu this time. How am I going to know? Anyway, it's a good test. I'm going to find out now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What about the deputy prime minister, deputy president of South Africa? Or any vice president of any African country? Any vice president of any African country?
To be honest with you, I know the vice president of my country, Ghana. The rest of them, I have to raise my hand unless I go and search. You know.
Mansa Musa is in the trap.
Mansa Musa. Now I'm searching.
Is in Segabo's trap.
Now I'm searching to check. Go ahead.
Mansa Musa is in Segabo's trap. Okay, now listen. You see, we do take things for granted. The reason why I was in this question.
Actually, when you said any other country, at least I should have mentioned US.
Okay.
That one would have come easy, but
the only one I think you can tell me is if I ask you about the vice president of America, maybe you can tell me.
Yes.
America.
Yes.
Who's that?
The vice president. We all know. It's anti-Kamara, say Camilo, say Tamara. Anti-Camilo, say Kamara, say Tarina.
Do you know why you know that? Because she's a lady, and because he's a minority person from minority descent background. That's why you know.
Yeah.
Because he's a lady. That's why you know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known. I'm telling you. And even how much have we heard about her? You can hear of her confidence, her exploits, what he's doing, even at the old age of Joe Biden. You do not see this woman making inroads, doing this. You cannot associate anything with her. So I'm making a point. Mansa Musa, our dear president, vice president Bawumia's name has not just come out of vacuum. No, he has worked for it. He has really worked for it. That is why Bawumia's name has come like a household word name. I tell you the truth. Since independence, you would never had any vice president whose name has become so pervasive. Everybody knows him. His name is everywhere. It's all because of the work he has done. The work that you mentioned, the Ghana card, the money interoperability, the zip line, and all the stuff, the PDS, and all the things he has done.
The what? PDS?
All the things.
But the things he mentioned, he's taking the credit for things
why not?
That is good.
Why not?
So what about the rest of them? The rest of them.
The reason why you cannot see the rest is that the reason why you can always want to blame for the rest is that most of us have forgotten about the country we're dealing with. We are a developing country, Ghana. trying to survive. Yesterday, I was so happy that British Airways has added another flight to Ghana from Gatwick. Apart from the normal flights from Heathrow, they have now added 3 more flights from Gatwick. You know what they said? They look at Ghana as one of the growing countries, growing routes. People fly from London to go to Ghana, Accra. Even if it is holidays, even if it's a final destination, one of the legacies. Nana Akufo-Addo's government are left for Ghanaians. Take it or leave it. Nana Addo has opened up Ghana to the outside world. We need that. We need that drive, that foreign investment drive, to drive the Ghanaian economy. We need that. Nana Addo has done that. So all the things. When you finish this, I want to show you something. Please, when you finish this, please make sure you read last Saturday's Daily Mail. There was a story written by Andrew Neil. Andrew Neil, and
I know Andrew Neil. Yeah, I know.
He's one of the leading columnists for Daily Mail Saturday, and he wrote about the global economy. He wrote about the British economy. He mentioned a lot about American economy, about the German economy, and he talked about their growth rate, and then he talked about the debt to GDP ratios, how difficult it has become. He talked about the capital market, how the players in the capital market are punishing these advanced countries. And I tell you the truth, had not Britain and America, other countries have been an advanced countries with trillions of dollars GDP, they will all have gone to IMF. We are not in good times, though. We are not in good times at all, and Ghana is not an exception. Ghana is a developing country. People don't want to accept this. People don't want to accept this. Nana Addo, when he came to power, he said he cannot wait. Nana Addo said he cannot wait. He's in a hurry. There's so many things they are doing at the same time. The school, we talk about education budgets. A lot of money has gone into education infrastructure and all other things, rules and so many things at the same time. So the Ghanaian economy is facing what it's facing because it's a developing country, because of what the things the government has done. So many things on the hands. So please, you need to be very careful. We need to be very careful the way we are demolishing our own country.
So I don't understand where you're coming from. So are you defending Bawumia or what?
Oh yes, of course.
Okay, so
of course.
So how you are, so what you have have come to explain about world economy, that is what, to Bawumia's advantage or what? I don't understand.
I'm trying to say that all the bad things we are associating with the vice president and of course the current government, it is not unique to Ghana. All other countries are experiencing that. We are experiencing those things, but much deeper in Ghana because the fundamentals in the Ghanaian economy is not as strong as an advanced country. And when Bawumia said during Mahama's time that when the fundamentals are weak, your economy will be exposed, he was 100% right at that time. He's right today. It is a developing country. The fundamentals are not as strong as we all had expected. And it is not the government that builds the fundamentals. It is the private sector that builds the fundamentals. The government can only put measures into place, and the vibrancy of the economy must be driven by the private sector. I tell you the truth. If this country had been in the hands of any other party, whether NDC or PA, whatever, they couldn't have done far better than what we have done now. They couldn't. Nobody could have done far better than what we have done now. So that is the situation. So it is about time. It's about time we accepted what we have, and then find ways and means of how we can make it do better than this. It's not the case that some people have taken money, putting money in their pocket, and they are chopping as it being portrayed outside. It's never the case. Otherwise, then what are the NDC lawyers in Ghana? What are they doing? You see people taking money, people chopping money. What are they doing? The NDC members in parliament, what are they doing to bring people to book? What are they doing? We turn everything into politics. Everything. Now we go to voter region, there's pillage. When we have this in China, we have this in Burkina Faso, they always release, they always have this experience, and we always have these pillage coming into the farms in northern region, destroying our farms in northern region. The Burkina Bay authorities, they always do that. If we have not done that, the whole Akosombo Dam would have collapsed, and that would have been worse. And in that worst case scenario, the people in the voter region, they were warned this is going to happen. There was simulation exercise for them. The VRO people warned them, the government warned them. They were told to leave the place. You know why they wouldn't leave? And some of the NDC members went there, don't leave.
Hang on.
Let me say this.
No. Before you continue. You said what? Hang on. You said they were told to leave.
Let me.
Are you saying they were told to leave?
No. Yes, they were cautioned.
And to leave and go where?
They were cautioned to leave.
And go where?
Musa, the problem we have in the voter region is more of sentimental value. It is sentimental value.
Who said me jamo kasa fe na start kan sem huru. Me jamo kasa no kasa kun sem huru. Listen. Voter region is for what? Sentimental value.
Listen. Oh no, listen. You're not listening.
Are you coming to use my platform to denigrate a whole group in Ghana?
Mansa, listen. Let me finish. Also, sometimes we shut the crown. What are they? Almost what to finish. No wardrobe. No demo. You shut the crown. Is at arena dada. Saturday we may should build that. But what fashion can area? Chat arena. I dada down to Juna. The reason why you don't throw it away is because of sentimental value. The space you saw is attached to that arena. So I didn't want more. What said I that I'm supposed to finish? I will be a 10 year with them. Now what do them? We all have sentiments. We have sentiments attached to certain things. So the problem happening with our region is a problem of sentimental value. 2004. New Orleans. Now, the former
person will change the meaning of that thing you are saying. Listen.
New Orleans.
No, let's talk. Hey, stop. You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know. Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't know that. When the floods, the tsunami type of floods came to New Orleans, when the announcement went that people should leave, right?
Yes.
People should leave to a higher ground.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yes. Some people say, it is the character or behavior of human beings. Some people say, no, they are going to stay.
No.
So that sentimental value. Then you don't understand. Listen, hang on. You have to use English language properly. It is not a sentimental value. The point is, the human beings, you are used to your surroundings. And so when you are said you should leave, and let's not forget, the New Orleans, the number of people who have their own vehicle, or they call it the trucks, the big cars and the trucks, as the ratio is about 90 to 10. The number of people who could just jump on the government transport, the buses, and leave is everywhere. People could have left in aeroplane, in helicopters, right? They refused. In Volta, the lower dam, lower Akosombo area, the Volta River, what do we call it? Those areas. If you tell people that they should leave, about 20,000 people leave to go where and how? Just walk and go and stand somewhere or what? I don't get you. Is that how you want it? That they told them to leave and Munina Muntu become free Hong Kong. I didn't become we are Masaba. And I said, I wish you didn't say that. ye buy no me see Baumia e dey ato ne ho say enioma papa bi e koso on dey buy e tell say aban no omo boni ni de obi dia na papa na Baumia de e na wo so wo ba be defend no baby a wo de ne nam no ho etro men ko ho men say wasem I will advise you for free.
Mansa Musa.
Thank you. Until let's talk about Baumia.
Oh, but who be who be on say I hope say you want these leading members of parliament. A make pronouncement say voters pillage, you know. It was intentional to destroy the votarians. I didn't know any Ghana voting casa. I didn't say. A time cry. Who want to kill Ghanaians for what? So I said it's really within the women free. Why should people say this? Why? I ain't there.
Oba na wo ti se me ka say obi so be kun vote for.
What say?
Oba and wo say I wrote a certain statement, right? Me send a certain notice. And no na oba be kasa ho. Sa notice na wo kan here no na Volta region for a flood no na ebi wo.
But they say a topical issue.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. Look, I mean, don't get on people's nerves. Anytime we should be very careful. Even people in Ghana, as I'm speaking, someone say physically challenged people. You can't say physically challenged that. I bet you I be crying me Mansa because me this first na me huri parachute no and this I be say kakra na me sisi ya kakra na me jonku ya. I can say I'm physically challenged. So you can imagine somebody in a wheelchair. You can somebody holding one walking stick or two walking sticks. Somebody physically challenged.
I can appreciate that.
All these people were just told leave.
Yeah.
I mean, so please.
I can appreciate it.
Me too.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
So you go on defending Baumia. That one I can give you all the time.
Fine time and go fine Andrew Neil. Now you're not sure. Not sure. Last Saturday in Ghana. What do you mean? Some Okano. And you might happen Ghana near the net as my papa can come say. What do you say? Ghana is not alone. And then, of course, we are speaking. Is it any man is bills? You mean the musical? Things are not going to be easy. If you own, yeah, you say a quaint fast one. There's a bit more drive economy. Now, so lambasting, demolishing, destroying, always saying things, and you, and no Sunday, and to be honest with you, and I said, the crew, I said, yes. Times are harder, but the government has done its best to sustain the economy. And Krakow School, say it to your school. So we'll be in and go for playing Kogan holidays. Samba, for playing I am ma. They said, this was another flight or Gatwick. The Ghana that bad and can go phone calls out. Even if you go there to spend money, hotels are things happening. People, private people not having money. Have you got a really internet? Private wealth, is alarming. Is the private wealth in Ghana? Is running at an alarming rate. Maybe people are alarmed about how maybe it's getting free back. The country is not that bad as we see it. So one of the things that pains me in my heart. Anybody who gets close to me knows it. One of the things that pains in my heart is the fact that I live in somebody's country. I'm telling you, Mansa. One of the things that pains me, mosquito, say, we need to live in our own country and enjoy our own country. One of the things that pains my heart, I've been living in somebody's country all this while. For what? I live in somebody's country. We prepare no. This country, I ain't that bad. Come cry, no problems. Come for playing crab. I met many Jamaican Indians school just about 3 weeks ago. Okay, Mr. Coffee, listen. I've been to so many countries. He lives he works here. But his wife and his children live in Ghana. There's something in the air in Ghana. There's something in the air. You cannot explain that. It is quite highly spiritual. Jamaican you catch him, sir.
Obviously, Ghana Hobon.
And we keep on demolishing our country, demolishing our country. I don't like that spirit.
Ghana, obviously,
one it is a hate. Obviously, too much. Obviously, we live in somebody's country.
Obviously, we do Ghana Hobon. What is our case now?
I said,
also, we do Accra Hobon.
Oh, there can be. I not doubt it. In place grow cancer. That place I'm calling
okay.
You can say the VI preface out, but we cannot demolish everything in our country. It's not good.
Mebo. Cabinet no or no baumia or no economic management team now no body. Bafo akoto safomafo yawo safomafo ejewedege ade chenche hini uzo obogo afriye obobo mu nyina di no ono na ye twompiata no ono patre se sankrofo ni nyina papa no obobo no enye omu nka ho no ono na de bae na mo bone ne de eye bi mu dia enye sa I'm
going to give you one
assignment. This is cheap. This is cheap.
To what's about you? To what's about?
Me too.
We know who's this program. Yeah, to what's about the panel. The gross domestic product of Ghana's economy. You hear from independence. You hear from say started 1992. 6 billion. You hear say SCA grew. And the private, I never say he grew up every time. Never time was animal grew. Yeah. What the nearest idea? Now, Yami, has he at Timono? And then we'll go through. What was the dinner? Shazak and Ocho, Oliver Twist, or Jonoka. Do you know the things they went through? Oliver Twist book in Jonoka. And Quadan, Charlie Bakuma. Of course, Kumapa, the Bianco for that. 18th century, almost 17th century, and you're talking about the 21st century. They've gone through a lot of, and you can say you're competing with other countries who don't know and yet that is you. We are not saying that any expectation. Do we not expect the massive growth of the Ghana economy? Never won't spill away effect. Never won't pass one blue. Yes, I know. But it's not that party and go for cancer. And then you need to come around. You need to take around here. Anytime you can we use the lenses of London. We and now they are not comparing Ghana. So we make Ghana feels bad.
You see, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You see, I don't know your age. I don't know your experience in life. And when you make a case, oh, minimum, but let me tell you small. Mommy analyze me being true. The countries that we started life with in terms of say gaining of independence, self reliance and republicanism and all that, you know. Maybe they say South Korea, maybe they say Singapore, maybe Malaysia, all those countries, you know. Yeah. They didn't wait for 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 years like Britain in order to come to a certain level. Let's note say Osaje for a no. Onunshi Sheno was something to propel us. Because Misano, not telephones now, bro, for the telephone button. This is you, and Chromatam, Juma. Let's have telephone, which is for you. Midimi, my mature, or Hishami, or by Pian and Yoba now, my telephone button. Fascinatingly, no, I want to know if I take the phone, somebody will talk to me and that sort of thing. Not telephone button, ewo. Sir, a structured society. Say there were banks, there were post offices, there were schools, there were parks and gardens. Parks and gardens, all those things, collective farming, workers' brigade. Then training of the youth, the future youth, young pioneer, to give them the ideology, their ideas. Sabi, yen before enquire forever. And that we are not subhumans and who should always look up to Abrofo. He wanted to give us that line, saying, "Ye diswa and ye want some level." Yankasa niyato to apansam. And so today to come and say the stories, oh, and when we started here, and at that time they were this. Look, everybody had to start from somewhere. The people who actually came to civilize them, gave them civilization. First are the Scandinavians, the Romans, and the French. According to their history, water closet system, or how to wash your waste with water, no, it was the Romans who brought about aqueducting and all those things. At every stage, somebody will colonize you and give you a bit of enlightenment. There's nothing wrong with it. We have thrown that enlightenment away, and we are still doing follow. And that is what annoys me. And when I hear me, Yano. So, thank you.
You're justifying in some way. Sometimes I say, I see a queen in Grano. LMPSA in certain areas, in certain settings. You're queen going to maybe say, but in certain areas, you're queen Kakapa. In certain areas, you're queen Pakakapa. So, I get that back.
Me who be a queen in Biao because and let me trust more article be. Me trust more article be about sending omoye probe, omoye inquest or parliament ho. E kromo asa who the two BBC parliament na. Say ban so omo yes omo inquest ni investigations are. Questions are a free conservative one if omo ho against or to a conservative minister. Conservative minister, the question on why they call it conservative, baby, no, who say yes, or busa for the national interest. Yes, yeah, proba. Let Katie Hammond was original. Just say, yeah, Prima go home to because you go home to now, be a colleague be home by Chireno. And some Hunusa, Yanu baby, Yabon. You know, me boy catch them some boy.
Maybe something back. You do here still a year bow. I would have when you were. And the one kind baby, only news information may be as a buying a twinipa via officials, number of officials, and the other another stakeholders. It me a game because I didn't see the BC. In the Bayer in paper, you say you can be bizarre. Apart from you are not talking about baby and your prepare so monfa. You know what's no one yet. Baby ACC so mon conedy. Only you know a chill developmental problems as a developing country. See any baby and prepare some common corner and combo corner. You know it comes to play our level of development and why we are called a developing country. New budget allocation in Salomon. These are the problems that we need to be addressing. But as small country see, you will never get any leading light in voter regime. We will say you free on because they be hold on. Enough for the politics. Adiwi, EBCN, the stakeholders by cancer and keep you in campaign baby. Baby any intimi in young continue be yes in her. When you be as workers out, you when you answer. All the leading NDC members in the world, as one can say, I still in the say the beer, they are destroy whatever you never get one person from what can you say? Conservative leader, probably post a question against his own conservative parliamentarian. When I can say, how do you when you go Ghana, you see any NDC members that be with their ban or boy cocoa. What the idea is, so go my yammy so that the workers will collapse. You see the beer, if you see China 10 beer, you could begin for so. All these one dams and destroy farms or water Northern every year beer. Suddenly see 10 beer, you go facu. As I said, nobody has any independent mind. That's how they are. We don't develop a country like that too. Country. Nobody has any independent mind. All because of politics. Gabo.
Yes. The people of that area, those areas, thousands of them. Those people in those areas, thousands of them. Even some people behind the dam, the upper side of the dam, they too they are now being somehow affected by the. But what I want to say is that those thousands of people, no, we have not, as a country, as a government, as a society, they have not been treated well, and that is period. Stop giving excuses. Listen, we all know these procedures. We know. Engineering near the idea. Look, I can't say I know everything. But every year we are going to do planned maintenance. That's our planned maintenance. You know that certain things are going to go wrong. So because it's planned, we have to do things to mitigate those. Volta River Authority.
Were the people forewarned? Were they forewarned?
Listen, that is neither here nor there.
Were they told?
Nobody was told that. Everyone say you find yourself educated, but you are saying this. Sebia, simulation. Simulation, you know, this day and age, your friend BB AI, your friend is saying, and we artificial intelligence. They can artificial intelligence or computer make me a simulation. Every one who be a show be fanyina. In show be fanyina simulation. And as you saw pass said Volta River Authority VRA engineers and sciences and technologies in 24 directors for them to use their brains. If they knew that this is how calamitous, this is how the havoc is going to be. And once I said you should leave without sending a white paper to the government, say, hey, we are going to need almost, let's say, $500 million to resettle a lot of people before we start this pillage. Is that what they did? No. Because so just to open the floodgates for people to lose everything, livelihood, make livelihood, their farms, their animals, their buildings, their way of life, their lifestyle, lose everything. They say, oh, they were told to move. Jesus Christ. Stop saying that.
The other alternative could even have been worse for the whole country. Listen,
Jaikasa Sakana can Jaika because so got 2 or more Sebi or more Bimundo and Wakasachrom. Ye me my cost more those days, you did it wrong, first time we go over 80s. Insurance at we are Manchester level, no normal level can but lines needed a while to the danger level before it reached that danger now about 6-8 months ago. And so nobody is saying they should leave the dam to collapse. No. They could have done the spillage or the release of excess water gradually for a long time. Instead of leaving it to that danger level, then you release 3-4 at a time and the whole place gets flooded. But even that, and a simulation, it is going to take an area of, let's say, half of Accra. Then you have to send a proper document. We a risk assessment, Hey, Abang, baby, I want you. And there will be one year as some better one year just an international committee. It is going to cause this havoc, and so we need money to resettle people. Even the whole world over here now saying a the whole town, oh America, oh baby, and you'll be a fault too. But they are even doing investigation into it as to how the paramedics, how they perform, how the fire brigade perform, how the paramilitary, everybody. You couldn't go on interministerial those nonsense because Omunim say institutions they have failed the people. Look, the institutions I'm talking about could be NDC, could be MPP, but the institutions have failed the people. Let's accept it and stop that fundamental normal. The whole world of Okas will be moved through. You get people who will say they will stay. Now, say I just show your friends Italy, your friends Portugal. People say they will stay. Cyprus. They don't want to leave the animal. So that one there is there. The whole world, everybody does it. But the government attitude, the preparedness of the state institutions, we had in our country zero. And we have to acknowledge it. And the excuses thank you.
Oh, maybe what's happened when the India cost will be a film about to arrest some name for the past 10 days.
Me here so WhatsApp na activate here. Who's activate? I saw. Who's there may send you it has all been sent. And they say, well, so we phone them, but I will need laptop, so I'll wait to be Ghana web near that can be.
Oh, said easier. We were on them.
Of course, I know it's easier. I know. I understand. No, I understand. Me will fear say, good morning, Ghana near there. No, me laptop and everything. Because my phone here is so busy. No way, Fred.
Sometimes, no, even if you are chasing information, we are overloading dozen. Sometimes, even dozen. The first engagement, it was quite irritating.
It was rather a relief. Oh dear.
Musa
what are you trying to say? Who purchased me intro?
Mansa Musa, the only enemy of Okaka.
Who purchased me? What's in your?
I know your style of journalism in this country. I know. It's your style.
Are you still maintaining that? Maybe you're true for you.
I mean, can't be one of the other meanings to it. So you have your own style. You have your own style.
Right. Your friend is saying, Mr. Segabo, Gabo, Medasi Bebre, Inti. And she don't count, so on Saka phone no back.
Okay, thank you.
Now, your friend is saying, Maybe before I back way, sir, a flood here, the speaker say, Parliament, if you what you know, saying?
I say, if you be a stake with ABS. Who can be busy? They could have a beer and Nankana, whom with me as scoop the water. No, Nankana and may access at a time. And necessity is you bet me and leakages in Bassa. So, no possible say, Nankana bet me a bit proactive. Need me scoop water much earlier. In excess capacity, a man of Bassa. So be a next time. No, it is time no season and man 18 years. Let's be a bit more proactive for that's also it's also good. You speak as if you want. It's all well and good. So that we avoid mistakes. And over COVID, I was about Johnson, Canons or more parliamentary or Mokikan. No one said, reading newspaper, be about Johnson, the old people must accept their fate. We can't scream airline. Boris, did he say that? Maybe supermarket baby screaming airlines near the who said, Sunday this will Boris Johnson is no longer there. Oh, if you say next time, no, we really there. They take precautions. They will repeat the same mistakes. It is a Speaker of Parliament, see media. So we can avoid future mistakes, similar mistakes in future. So it's all well and good. All well and good. Could we have done better than what happened? Let's find out. Could we have done better? Then document it. Be next time. You're a bit much more proactive than we had done this time. It's all well and good. A process. I mean, is a process. And it in areas via in mistakes. And next time, you be improving on the same thing that happened to electoral system. You're coming from Dr. Pink, Dr. from 2013 petition, 8 months of petition, court improvement, and then your electoral system, and you're bad. So, and the same thing. Be institutions, so the Obama bankers we should have strong institutions, and this is to be institutions, and won't be mistakes to be maybe limitations one where we can make a review, where we can pass recommendations so that we can improve upon the system. The system now say 18 and I support him. It's not a waste of any idea. I support him so that where we're much more relaxed, we can be much more proactive in the next time. It's very important that we can do this. Very important. Governance is not an easy task. It should not be left only into few people in the hands of people. We must all get on board. That is why the program that you are running is good. You bring perspectives, developmental issues in Ghana on both people to hear, so that we all make suggestions where we fall short. We can make amends. It's not bad. It's not bad. I support him totally. I support him for that. Yeah.
Right. Say Gabo say he supports me for that. 10 minutes to 10 o'clock. Exactly at 10 p.m. I'll end the show. And
so who's the chairman for NDC here? Is it Dr. Joe Ajiman?
No.
Huh?
No.
Oh, who are we here?
Mr. Conrad.
Oh, Joe Ajiman winning.
Baby.
Oh. Conrad, because you also have a friend, Conrad.
Conrad, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry, it's a shame. Oh, so we are better man than Fizibia or Copa Georgeman. Oh, wow.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, one person, certainly one person will have to win. So.
Sure.
So well and good.
That's politics for you. That's politics for you.
Oh, better luck next time.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And so, before you go, between Kennedy and Baumia, who is who?
You're putting me on spot, two different characters. Private sector man, very pragmatic. PhD in economics man who has also achieved a lot for the country. The other man also employs more Ghanaians. He thinks he has more experience. He thinks he is a core part of the party. He thinks he has contributed a lot more than anybody in the party. That's what Kennedy believes. He seems to have a lot of supporters. And on a national level, and it seems like the Burmans why he also by he has also sold himself, and his name has become a household name in Ghana. I ask you, how many vice presidents do you know in the world? You could not even mention one to me. And we all know Dr. Burman has worked his way through, even though when you're a core member near the. But I'm treading on caution. The question is, I'm treading on caution. I want to quote my own big brother, late brother, Sir John, who said that fear delegates. I'm being cautioned by Sir John's quotation. We should fear delegates. We cannot trust Ghanaians. No one can trust Ghanaians.
So, and me share obi no bet me a bit to be general radio system. We are collecting monies. Say, enjoy you.
Yes, I know any she can send home the politicians and the empire. And chronic support to support to a young someone can coverage upon smoke and values in the paper, sign out values what they bank. She can someone politics and your crowd. You're not going to run a country based on merit. But who can afford to pay?
Whatever you do, Sika Seven dear, but say brazenly, say openly. Jessica, they are even bluffing it. Say, Jessica. That is really not good. And when you can, when we don't even know where the monies are coming from, because America say big business, and politicians, especially presidential, sponsor. Now when the people and push scanning go about thing, and it's kind of free. Edio.
And I'm a club with Samia. The first in one party, then go for you said, yeah, they support you, yeah, they support you. Certain every time, and you cry. I've never liked it. I've never liked the idea that people have come out in full grace that you are supporting this man, you are supporting.
You mean the delegates?
Yeah, then yes, always you when
MPs no near the yes.
I'm best out in the cry.
Those who know no almost say who for the any way in our
least antagonistic relationship and you cry.
I'm for say who for the any side in our bow say because no all pushing Crawford said they should support Baumia.
We are blaming everything on another. That's also no good.
Why?
Only MPs is another send the time or so. MPs no more. They all independent. What is it? Alan Chamatinsi and Kofosi and I Kofo Chu and Alan Chamatin. Look, it's baby baby or TM. Near your one. Alan Chamatin said, only Uncle Busa Kofu Bibia. So if Alan Chamatin decides to do anything, he did it from his own independent mind. Nobody should blame Kofu so trauma Alan Martinez.
Yes.
But the same token, MPs, you know, someone got us in Parliament 8 years. They've got quite a lot of money. And we're only independent. Only said, Renado, and go Japan to infine you. And yeah, now the number MPs nicer. MPs no one Casancasa.
Okay.
We should be another way. One way. When you're free, MPs no one say, will be a pity, original. Someone can support to Belmia, no Belmia when near, Oman position, Oman. They are protecting their interests. Now, open career and go for your buyer. If you say self-interested, maybe able who self-in a party is in politics. There's a career. People are they will do everything to protect their own interests. And you stop blaming them and another nicer. MPs don't tell you, I did 40 years, 50 years, I do on Moko school. I will run their businesses, their lawyers. They have their own independent mind. They know what they're doing. And then another beer. And because I said, have your own independent mind sitting on the radio. Nanado has not done anything. He has not supported anybody. He has his own support, of course. We all know Zibia, naturally. There's a natural inclination that he will support Baumia. But when comes what was also being grace, or all kinds of times, I don't mean certain. As a BSN, or you can't be another question. And Pizana, they're all selfish. They know what they're doing. Protecting their positions. You know, Mesa.
Sagabo,
every time.
And you may, and that's a brave.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
NFM Radio.
Oh,
Wow.